Slightly Unblended, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this look right here with the BPerfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie Carnival Interstellar palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So I had put a poll on my story on Instagram asking what everyone from there would be interested in. I need to keep in mind to do stuff like that here as well. But I put the Carnival Interstellar palette up against the Bad Side from Melt Cosmetics, and this one won for this week. I'm going to try my best to have the Bad Side from Melt Cosmetics up next week. So I'm going to try to make myself remember if I have an idea of a video to put a poll here as well so I can figure out what everybody wants to see. But without rambling too much, let's just jump into it. I'm going to start out with the Makeup Shack T66 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Meteor first. I did a look with this yesterday. This is Meteor. It's so pretty. This whole palette, but like this side right here, it doesn't even look like it's there. It looks like it's hidden, and I am itching to get into that side because I've been in like a mood to play with darker colors lately, and I was just like, yes, please. But I'm rambling entirely too much. I'm gonna take Meteor on the Makeup Shack T66 brush. Oh, I played with this yesterday. I'm gonna start from the inner corner of my crease and just start to build that up. This will be the darkest shade on this bit right here. And I was gonna film it. I had a late start, and then I had like a little bittersweet kind of moment happen, and then I made myself be more behind because I was like, I need to call my mom, I need to call my husband. I was like, I need to call all these people. So I got myself behind, and I was just, by the time I finished the look, like the eye, my left eye, I was like, I'm hungry. Like, I want to go grab some food, so I kind of didn't, but I'll have it up on Instagram. It'll probably be up before this. So if you want me to do a tutorial on that look, I do not mind redoing it. It was super colorful. If I can figure out, I need to learn how, but if I can figure out how to put the make the picture like pop up on the screen, I'll show you the look. Need to ask somebody. I don't know if I know anybody in like my personal life that would be able to help me out with that, because I've had to teach myself a lot with when it comes to like iMovie and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just patting that on, little pats. It's also kind of blending it just a little bit, which is good. Take it about halfway. I'm going to clean that brush off, and I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of Believer, which is this blue shade right here. Just a tiny baby bit to get it to where I like to take a little bit of blue if I'm going to use purple and green. So I'm going to get the tiniest bit of it. I'm going to just gently pop that right there, because I want my colors to, in my head it works out better. But now I'm going to take Spacewalk, which is the darkest purple. This one, I love it. I told myself, Julie, don't ramble. This eye alone took you 2 hours. Like, I don't think anybody wants to have like the longest video of makeup on YouTube that they would be interested in watching. So I'm going to try not to ramble too much, but I'm going to take this, I'm going to blend it with Believer. I'm going to take it into the crease. And now when I get to this outer corner of my eye, I'm going to kind of take it downwards. And then when I'm getting to that outer corner, I'm going to flick it up towards that tail of my brow. And it can be messy because this is a lot of cleanup. I just was like, I feel a little bit creative today, so let's do something really, really creative. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done something like really intricate like this, or if I even have it all on my channel, and I was like, that would be cool. Also, I am behind on comments on my video from week before last at this point in time. So I'm like a few days out from uploading that video. So I apologize. I'm going to work on that this evening. So hopefully I won't be behind on comments by the time this goes up. If I am, I'm going to be mad at myself. I've been trying really, really hard to keep up with my comments and talk to everybody and everything, but sometimes I just get a little overwhelmed with like doing that and then keeping up with Instagram and then like trying to craft. But I do enjoy it at night and in the evenings when I have free time going through and like responding to comments, because it makes me feel like I get to have a nice chat with my friends before bed. So that's like kind of how I've been trying to do it. I've cleaned off the T66 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Celestial. Now the greens, okay, the greens in this palette and the pastels, I am in love. I have an idea. Let me know if this would be something that you're interested in, but I kind of want to do like, let me show you. I have an idea. So I really kind of want to do like the grayscale side here by itself and do like a negative space like cut crease, and then use the pastels on the inside. So I don't know exactly if that's what it's called, but it's like the cut crease, it's like this, but then it also goes here and then there's that like negative space. Instead of applying like a shimmer, I'd love to like do like a smoky but then add pastels in. I've done a look kind of similar to that was on my YouTube, or that was on my Instagram I think last year, but I want to do it again and just try it with this palette, because the pastels in here and like the lighter colors, I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take Celestial and talk entirely too much, and I'm going to blend out that first green shade with it. And I love Celestial. It's such a beautiful green. I feel like I will be dipping into this palette a lot for like specific colors, because I love the greens that I've tried in this a lot, and the yellows. But I will also say that these do take a little more blending compared to like Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes. So I'll probably mix those two in a couple videos if you're interested. Like use shades from like this one and like my favorite Blend Bunny palettes. I really think for the video this year, I like to do my favorite palettes of and then like the year. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that a little bit different, like maybe talk about it and then do a look with each of the favorite palettes. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Because it's getting close to the end of the year. Like Julie, you've got to start planning out your videos. You can't just be like, all right, new palette, let's do 3 looks, 1 palette, let's do this. But also I can, because it's fun. But if you decide that that's not what you want from me, then let me know and tell me what you want and I'll do it. Or try my best to. I'm quite chaotic today. The other day I was video chatting with my friends and they were like, how many Red Bulls have you had today? I was like, oh no, I just woke up like this. It was bad. It was bad. So with the same brush, I just cleaned it off. I'm going to go into Atom. And I had to have this palette because, alright, there's Atom, because I'm obsessed with space. I can talk about space for a long time. So I was like, Interstellar, and then the shade names and the colors, I was like, yeah, getting it. So I'm just going to gently tap that down. Give it a little back and forth windshield wiping motion. Little baby blenderoo. So I'm working on a short for on here. I might actually put it on Instagram too, but whenever I do neutrals on there, they don't really do well. And they're really out of my comfort zone. So, but I did try the Cold Girl makeup trend. And I'm probably going to do that as a short. I just have to cut it down. It was longer. I like to do them 15 seconds so there's music. Because I used to just put them up and they'd be a minute. And after like 15 seconds, it'd be like 45 seconds of no music. And I watched some of those back and I was like, no, I feel like the music is a vibe. But I did do that. And I put my own little spin on it. So I might still do that. but make it like really like with a twist. I was gonna ask if you would like a tutorial on a cold girl trend makeup, but like with my whole entire spin on it, because I don't think I could just do neutral. I mean, I can if that would be something that you're interested in, but like I love colorful or darker. I feel like a smoky one would look good, or super shimmery like multi-chromes. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a whole bob. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Celestial and just pop that on. Clean the brush off and go back to Adam. Alright, so now I'm going to go into, let me find my little brush. I'm going to use a smaller, little fluffier brush. This is the Doe Color number 11 brush. I'm just going to make sure I have it cleaned off. I'm going to go into Lunar, which is a beautiful pastel yellow. I'm going to take that to blend out Celestial. And I will go back into shades and touch them up, because I like to be repetitive. I also kind of feel like I am so repetitive with it like this because I go in with the deepest shade first and don't really have a transition shade. I just like put it and then blend it to filth and then go in and touch up a lot. So that could be why I do that so much, but you know. So I'm just taking that and just doing little baby blends. I kind of felt like this whole color combination was a little bit out of my comfort zone because I don't necessarily like to blend out green with yellow a lot. And I felt like the contrast of the purple was really interesting, so I was like, ooh, do that. So I've got that blended and built up. I will go into a white eyeshadow to soften this blend in a little while too. There's not really a full-on white in this palette, which is something that I'm kind of like, that could have just been the moon, I feel like. There's Misty Moon, but it's kind of like a very soft gray. Alright, I'm going to clean that brush off and I'm going to go into Celestial with the same brush and blend, blend, blend. Just going in and touching it up. How have y'all been? I feel like I haven't been filming as much, but I think I feel like that because I've been doing most of my filming to put it into one video, which has been fun. It gives me something to do to keep my mind busy. And I just love to be creative and share my creations with all of you. So cute. Now I'm going to touch up Meteor with that Makeup Shack T66 brush. With the Doe Color number 11 brush, I'm going to go into Nebula. And it's right here. It's a pretty pastel blue. I want to use Pluto. Okay, hold on. Here's the burning question of the hour. It's really not that deep, but is Pluto a planet? My husband's like, Pluto is not a planet. I'm like, Pluto's a planet. It's just a joke we have, and I was telling my friend about it. And we were joking, and we were like, and she was like, tell him to keep Pluto's name out of his mouth. And I was like, right? Because Pluto's a planet. Like, it's just a joke that we have fun with. But if he's watching, yes, Pluto is a planet. I've said it on the internet. Okay, so back and forth windshield wipe motions. This is where it's going to get a little chaotic, because I'm going to just do this as like a kind of a transition shade. But I'm going to add a little spicy to it once I get this built up and blended out. So back and forth windshield wiper motions with the lightest amount of pressure. And since I got my eyebrows waxed, they feel a little numb, so that's cool. It just kind of tickles a little bit more when I go and blend near my brow area. I'm like, alright then. My kitty Toot was talking big about it earlier, so if she gets to be talking a lot more, I will let her come say hi if you're interested. If you like to see my kitties. I feel like they are always just like, what are you doing? Gotta see. And I'm like, I'll show you. I was talking to my kitty Floof the other day, and I was like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? Because I always say that whenever they just like make noises at me when I say something, I'm like, yeah, we're having a good conversation. That's what me and Shemwork would do all the time. Like, he was so talkative, and I would say something to her. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah. So I'm going to take a little bit of Roswell. This is the spicy bit. Take a little bit of Roswell, and I'm using the same brush, but I'm going to take a little bit of it, and right here where we left off with Adam, I'm just going to gently start to pat it on there. And I will go back into Adam a little bit and touch it up, but I just felt like this was giving me a color combination that I could get with. I was like, oh, I love that, because I love blue and purple anyway. Oh, I'm talking so much. But do you see like how that really kind of meshed it together? I feel like Roswell really pulled that together and made it be a more interesting color combination, because I feel like blending purple out with blue is a very interesting blend. And then I was like, well, this blue is like really pretty, and that Roswell shade is really pretty, and just like, I feel like it just gave it a little pizzazz or something, but I like it. So I'm going to take a little bit more Adam with that dough color number 11 brush. I just cleaned it off, and I'm going to go in and just do a little baby blend. And it just goes so beautifully. I really, really like the look of purples being blended out with like a pastel or super light blue, or even like a teal. They're in the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. If you use the purples and then you blend them out with like Submerged and Inside Joke, so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more Space Walk and bring it back just real quick before going and adding a little bit more green and yellow. Little blenderoos. So with the dough color number 9 brush, I'm going to take a little bit more of Lunar and just blend, 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 blend. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a white eyeshadow to just diffuse my shades here. And I will then carve out my crease with some micellar water on a Q-tip and some Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in white, because that's how I did with this. And it's going to be a lot. So I might, just for the sake of getting through it faster and being able to explain it better and not over talk so that I can say exactly what I'm doing, I might make this bit a voiceover. So I'm taking the Sigma EO5 brush with Supernova, and I'm going to start from around the inner corner of my eye area in the crease and start to take that up just a little bit. I'm going to use the same brush and like try to hug these colors as close up into the crease as possible and make them a nice beautiful rainbow. So this is going to be the shade From Mars here in just a second. Yeah, right about now. I was jumping ahead of myself. But I felt like the pink going to the orange, into the yellow, into the green, into the blue, made a cute rainbow. So I'm just taking it and I'm just doing a little baby back and forth windshield wipe motions. It doesn't have to be the cleanest because I'm just going to take my micellar water on a Q-tip to clean it up and then carve it out with my base again. So now I'm using the shade Woke, which is the yellow, and I'm just trying to do little baby blenderoos. Like I said, I'm not trying to be super careful. I just don't want to get it on the colors that I already have on my eye. I'm going in and touching the shades up, blending them together, make sure they're nice and gradient and nice and popping. Look at that. That's so cute. I want to do something like this again. So this is the shade Celestial, and I'm just doing a little baby kind of pats, and I'm using the lightest amount of pressure here. And I'm going to go into the shade Believer now and just take it to where that base ends. And when I go in to clean it up, I'm going to kind of make it sharper when I clean the crease up and I carve it out, make it like a little wing in the crease. And just going in, making sure I got the green nice and there, got it touched up, pigmented, bright, got the blue, winging it out, making sure everything is nice and blended together. Alright, now I have my lid carved out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that more darker gray tone, grayscale side here. I'm going to start out with dark side, and I'm going to do a shadow wing with it. So I'm going to take that and do a winged eyeliner, but with eyeshadow. Then I'm going to use Odyssey to blend it out, and Misty Moon. And then we're going to add a little sparkle. So starting out, I'm going to take this Elf and J Kiss a J5 brush and go into dark side. And I'm just really going to focus on doing the liner with it. I really kind of don't know if I've taken these up. I think I did. It's good enough. Because I just now have found out that I have some plans this evening. And I have to hurry because I just had a new member of the family be born. And I finally get to meet the little baby. So I'm going to try to hurry through this bit right here. So if I'm very rushed acting, I'm sorry. I'm really just excited. I wasn't sure I was going to get to meet new baby today. So I'm just going to do this like a liner. And you can take it up a little bit. When blending this out with that more gray one, some of this pigment will be lost, and then we can just go back in and touch it up. So if it gets taken up a little too high right now, it's okay, because it'll probably just lose a bit of pigment. I know on the other eye it did, so I'm just really trying to get it lined out right now and get it even with the other as best as I can. And I'm gonna kind of focus on getting that lash line nice and built up though. Now I'm gonna take Odyssey and just kind of blend that out with it. With that dough color number 9 brush, I'm going to take Misty Moon and just start to gently blend it out. Now this is where we're really going to kind of lose that pigmentation, but it's okay. We'll just go back in and touch it up. That's why I like tiny brushes. I have no self-control with blending, but it's okay. Back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure. Oh, also Space Race, I want to use that as soon as possible. So if y'all want a few videos with this, I don't know about a 3 looks 1 palette, unless that's something that you really want, then I'll do it. But I'm really just down for anything, as long as I get to create, I have fun with it. So yeah, there's so many shades in this, and I'm like, I need on my face as soon as possible. I really just get so excited for new eyeshadow palettes and stuff. Even though I do have like my holy grails, like ones that I will always use forever and always in love. Like all of my Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes are my favorite in the world. But I do get excited to try different eyeshadow palettes. But I just love makeup, and I just get excited. I'm like, oh yeah, like sometimes there's just something about a new palette that makes me feel a new form of creativity. So I get really excited about it. Alright, so I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T66 brush and a little bit of Dark Side, and I'm going to stamp it into my lash line here to bring it back. And it's a nice smoky wing. I'm going to take it up, wing it out. It's going to look a hot mess for a second, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take just a little bit more of Misty Moon with that same brush. I just cleaned it off. Just give it a nice little blender. So then I'm going to take Mercury and my finger to start off, and I'm going to try to figure out how to maneuver myself here. Just pop it on. About like that, and I am going to touch up Dark Side real quick. An Odyssey. I'm going to take the Cleona DF04 brush and more Mercury, because I want to go back and forth, but I have more precision to get up in the crease with this without like getting it on the little rainbow blend. Like that. And then I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip to clean it up just real quick. I'm so excited. I'm going to see how fast I can get my base done, because like I don't have much time to finish getting ready, and I was like, oh. So we're going to play around and see how quick I can do a base look. Alright, so I'm just going to all the sound effects. I haven't felt this excited about something in a hot minute. I mean, I was excited yesterday, but this is kind of different. This is different. Okay. I'm gonna go do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. What do you think? I'm really excited about the little rainbow in the crease and like the smoky wing. I'm still itching to get into the more smokier side, so if you'd like a video with that, let me know. If you want more colorful looks with the palette, let me know as well. I am planning on doing the Melt Cosmetics Bad Side collection. I want to try to do at least one look with each palette, and I do believe there's 4 palettes. Could be wrong. I just kind of glanced at it because I think it was on pre-order, so I had to wait a hot minute for it to come in. So I'm planning on doing at least one look with each one of those palettes. And there's lippies, so I'll try to pair each lippy with each one. Try to come on and do that. Are there any videos that you'd like to see with the Carnival Interstellar palette or with the Terra Moons Cosmetics Cosmic Wanderer palette? Any of the Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes? Any ColourPop palettes? I think I have a good bit of like the non-pan ones like Blue Moon. What the green one, the purple one, the pink one. I can't remember the name of them right now. But I know that I have those ones for sure. I have some Moon Slice Beauty palettes. I have a few Melt Cosmetics palettes. The ones of those that I do have, I should have videos with them on my channel. So I have a playlist created with the Melt Cosmetics palettes that I have. So if there's any of those palettes that you'd like to see me do a look with like currently, I can dig those out and do them. Anything that you have on your mind, let me know, and I will try my best to give you a video doing my best representation of what you're asking for. I always get excited about requests, so just let me know. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I'll have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. And if you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!